Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, aka Casper, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, we have been talking about Casper for a while, especially during the bear market. We have been talking about Casper for the last couple months, almost every sort of week. I mean, I know that's not been every day, but we still have been covering it almost every single week, and it's for good measure. Here we have the top 100 list and the top 7 gainers, and as you guys do see, Casper sitting pretty at 19.76% up in price, and we also see it sitting at number 93. This is a huge move on Casper's part. I think that this is very exciting. I also think that the upside is just beginning. I think that this is like barely anything compared to where we are headed. But this has started to gain some major coverage over on some social medias, which we will definitely, pay attention to. Trading volume is down a little bit, but on the 3-month span, you could definitely see it. On the 1-month span, you could see it a little bit better, and on the 7-day span, you could really see it. Look at how much volume was pouring into this thing at some of these highs here. This is insane. So, very exciting. Love to see it. And also, like I said, it was getting some major mainstream media attention over on Twitter. I know that this doesn't seem like a lot, but this is from an account that has 113.2k followers. And we do see the top 7 gainers. Casper next to Elrond, Maker, as well as even outpacing XRP, which is pretty crazy to me. So, definitely incredible to see, and I even shared over on Twitter, by the way, for everyone that wanted to know. I have been buying Casper heavily. I've been telling you guys, listen, I'm not on here to tout, nonsense to you. I'm right there with you guys every step of the way, making my own decisions as well, making sure that I am taking positions, holding stablecoins on the sidelines, and Casper has been a token that I have been accumulating heavily lately, and I've been telling you guys that. And here we have some of my ape zones that I have personally invested a massive amounts of money into. For an example, I said transparency is key. These were my accumulation buys of Casper during September that have been fully staked for 10% APY. These buys are looking great today, and we are up over 2K in profit. I look forward to when we are up 20K and eventually 200K plus. And here you guys have all of my major buys. I think I bought, so 2.5 cents, almost like 3 cents here, almost 3 cents here, almost 3 cents, almost 3 cents. But this was from the 19th, the 23rd, 25th, 26th, and even the 27th. And listen, I'm not here to give you guys nonsense. I've been aping into Casper because I see the upside potential. And I even said over here on Twitter as well, I outlined not only my buy points, but I also mentioned where we are essentially going to top out on this major Casper run. I said Casper USDT update. Although the recent PA has been exciting to watch, we just got our first sign of a strong rejection at resistance. My buy zones for accumulation are labeled green lines with targets. We want a clean break above 4 cents to target 5.5, almost. It's like 5.5 cents to 6 cents. And here you guys have it. Let me open it up in a new tab. So we can kind of zoom in on these levels over here. So this is what I was seeing that day. First off, OBV is basically flatlined here, so there's not a ton of volume in. It still is pretty exciting. I think that this was on the, I want to say, this is on the 3-day chart. I actually have this chart open over here. We're going to talk about it here in a second. But my buy points were about 3 cents almost. Almost another like 3 cents. Here's like, almost again like 2.5 cents or so, and then 2.5 cents down here. Some of these lines could be a little bit better placed, but they are still around the same ranges that I would essentially be looking at anyways. And then also the rejection zone is just before 4 cents. We'll talk about that here in a second as well. But over here, we also do see Casper continuously building, continuously pushing updates, and it is only a matter of time until we do see a lot more updates from the Casper team. It's about 29 seconds long. It's talking about the new NFT standard that Casper essentially has pushed. Listen closely to this. This is very exciting.
Super excited to be announcing the release of the CEP 78 NFT standard. That'll make it a lot easier for developers and enterprises alike to build virtually any kind of NFT contract that they want without having to modify the contract. They can get the security and guarantees of the audited contract right out of the box. So come check us out at casperlabs.io and give us a whirl.
And also, I do want to mention real quick that, yeah, Casper 2.0 will be launching in Q1 of 2023. With all these major standards that they're pushing, these major updates that they're pushing, it is only a matter of time until the Casper takeover officially begins. Very excited for this. Also, in regards to Casper stats, we are still seeing a lot more holders coming in. It's only about 0.41% up. I suspect that we are still very early. There's less than 100,000 holders for Casper currently. I think that going into the next major cycle alone, this thing is going to start to really break out and really start to take over. But she definitely has woken up. She is a beast of a gem. And here we have this is like around the range that I was buying down here. So this is like, 2.9 or so. I think one of my buys were like around 2.9. Like this is basically 2.9. Like this is 2.9.5. So I bought a little bit of, this is like barely support. I know that I was buying like a little bit support zones, but it wasn't like too crazy. But we'll go off of like my highest buy, which was 2.9.5. So even off of that one, we are still up about 20%. Talking about some of my lower buys, I think like one of my lowest buys here was just like 2.5 cents. So off of 2.5 cents, wow, I actually was able to buy in at a great time. This is like basically bare bottom prices. So this is about a 43% of an increase in price to the high up here. About a 52% of an increase in price. And it's crazy because like we're still at basically resistance. I just said basically like 100 times. I do apologize. But we're like right at resistance. I almost said it again. Did you guys see that? But no, we're right at resistance. We perfectly tapped it. And honestly, the upside from those buy ranges, even if you were to buy now, just to give you guys a quick insight, and I said this in my HBAR video too, I said, we're just kind of gauging the success going off of the, high from November. I mean, like this is a 5, almost a 6x opportunity from the level that we're at now. So think about that. And then if we're going off of the range that I bought in at, we'll just say 2.5 cents. And no, this is not me, boasting or like talking like, oh yeah, look at I got in at the perfect level. This is almost a 10x opportunity. It's still very, very exciting. But listen, do I think that these buy ranges are out of the question altogether? No. We are still looking at some levels that we are going to top out on. We still need to clear the 53-day EMA, which is that orange line. We basically traded over it a little bit back in April before ultimately rejecting. We were trading above it back here in November as well, before, of course, we broke down below it. We have been watching this one closely, though, and it has been very exciting to watch. Do I think that it is going to lead the market and go on a massive run here? No, I don't believe that that is the case, but it is still very exciting. I think that if we can get a lot more volume in, which, by the way, the OBV on the 1-day looks incredible. OBV on the 3-day, it still is rising slightly. It's not like an incredible increase here. I would love to see a lot more volume here. The OBV is basically at the same frame as like the April or the August zone. But I'm watching this one very close. On the daily, you can definitely see it. It still looks very good OBV-wise, as well as volume on the chart. RSI is a little bit peaked over, which is telling us like, okay, maybe kind of de-risk slightly. But on the 12-hour, I've also been looking at the lower time frames. On the 12-hour, we do see a little bit of a different story. We actually see a bearish price range looking, wow, a price action looking to form, which is going to be this sort of area of resistance still being there. On the 12-hour, you can kind of see the area that I'm talking about. There's not a lot of resistance back here at this level. So I'm actually surprised that we're topping out a little bit here. I'm more so going off of this red line up here at about almost 4 cents. It's like 381. This is the one that I've been gauging my area of resistance off of anyways, which I'm surprised that this is starting to have a little bit of diminishing gain at this level that we're at now, which doesn't really make too much sense. We might get a little bit more of a run up and retest of this fib level up here, which this is off of the believe that this is the 236. Yeah, the 236 at about 392, so almost 4 cents. That's why I said like I want to see a break above 4 cents. It would be great to see. But I have been looking at the lower time frames. I've even looked at the 1 hour. I think a lot of these time frames don't really matter too much. I more so look at the 12 hour, the 1 day, the 3 day, and then also the weekly. And just so that you guys know real quick on the daily, the biggest one that I've been looking at for the daily chart on Casper in regards to a price range target is about 473, so 4.5 cents almost. Like, oh, it's over 4.5 cents. This blue line up here. Why is this blue line important? Kevin Cage, actually, shout out to Kevin Cage, by the way. I've seen a lot of you tagging me and him in together on tweets that you guys basically found Casper from both of us, which I think that is awesome to say. I think that I started talking about Casper back in like September or October of 2021. We got in at like a pretty good level back there. I haven't sold a single Casper, so I'm still underwater on a lot of my upper buys, but it is what it is. But we do see XRP is the only one to reach its 200-day MA or 200 daily moving average thus far. And we do see Bitcoin, we see Ethereum, XRP, and Casper. So you do see the upper moves on XRP to beyond the 200 daily moving average. You see Ethereum, this is sitting at about almost like $2,000. Bitcoin sitting at about like 28K. And then Casper, like I said, is sitting at about like, it's different on his chart. But this one is saying about like 473. It might not be too different. I know that this is like sitting at like 4.2 or so. But this was also posted on the 6th, so 2 days ago, so it might have changed a little bit. But nonetheless, this still looks very good. On the 1 week, like I said, we could see the resistance zone playing accordingly to the chart. It's actually sitting right at resistance, so this makes a little bit more sense on why the 12-hour looks like that. So as you guys do see, the resistance zone at about like 359. Here's the weekly chart at 359. Look at that. So that's perfect resistance. So it is trading against resistance right now. So we need volume in right now in order to push us higher, break above the 236, onward and upward to about like the 382, and after that it's really kind of back into its demand zone, building a floor up here, and then higher continuation. So I'm very excited into the next major bull run to see where Casper is going to lead right now, sitting at number 93 over on CMC, which is incredible. That is a feat by itself. But we are watching to see where we could head to going into the next major bull run. I've always told you guys that I'm looking at the $+ range on Casper. That's like bare minimum. But even if we hit like we'll say like a $20 billion market cap, I mean, you're looking at an upwards of like $2+. We're sitting at like $80 billion in market cap like Dogecoin, or like $90 billion like Dogecoin. You're looking at like an $8+ Casper. And do I think that that could happen? I think that it could happen. Do I think that it's going to happen and like fully expect it and it's like guaranteed or anything like no. Listen, first off, nothing in this market's guaranteed. We could only kind of speculate where a token could go, but Casper is definitely strong. It has proved itself during this bear market. I'm very excited for the next major market cycle, and with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As it's up to you all, have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.